doing? You look great.
Oh,
and of
thank
course, you
you.
were just named the best dressed woman in the world by People magazine.
Crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
What are you wearing today? This is lovely.
I'm wearing Vince Camuto and Louboutins, and my bag is Nancy Gonzalez, and I have my Movado watch on. Yeah.
Very, very fitting for a luncheon. Very
Yes.
glamorous. What inspires your style?
I always just want to make sure that I feel good when I walk out the door. That I feel good physically, that I feel good aesthetically. Because I think if you're pleasing yourself, then it doesn't really matter what anybody else says, as long as you feel good all day long. Because then if you feel good, you'll smile prettier, and people will think you're pretty because you think you're pretty.
Confidence, the
Yeah.
confidence factor,
That's right.
absolutely.
That's right.
Well, you're getting a big recognition, a big honor today. You work with the President's Committee on the Arts and the Humanities. You do fantastic work. Why is this event and this honor so special for you?
I guess it's so meaningful to me because I think in this town we do a really good job of celebrating people for being best dressed or for being super pretty or for being really creative and talented. But it's so special when we can celebrate each other for making a change in the world and for helping other people to be their best selves. So I'm really proud to be a part of today.
How fulfilling is your work that you do?
It's everything. I work with a school in Washington called Savoy Elementary, and when I get to go and be with those kids and really see the impact that arts education is having to transform their lives and change the trajectory of their potential, it means everything to me.
So glamorous and gorgeous. Who are you wearing and how did
Stella
you...
McCartney, and my jewelry is by Dior.
Is your neck okay?
Yes, I'm all good.
Oh, bandage. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's just a little. I had a full facelift. Please don't tell anybody. Please don't tell anybody.
You're here today being honored for your work with Charlize, Theron, the African Outreach. Why is that so important for you, that type of work?
I don't sit around thinking about why it's important. It's just something that's really second nature to me. I mean, it's hard to not have an awareness of where you're from and, an awareness of how lucky you've been in your life and how well things have turned out for you and not want to in some form give back in some meaningful way. So for me, it's just always bothered me so much that my country, which is one of the greatest countries in the world, still suffer so tremendously from something that's so preventable.
What's the most meaningful, fulfilling thing you have seen come out of your work there?
Well, it's you see it in the idea that, when you start with adolescents and you see them grow up, you keep going back and you see them growing up and they're still HIV negative. They've become leaders in their community. We launched in 07, and so now we have some grown-ups from 07, and they've taken the role of leadership in their community, and they're HIV negative today because people invested in them staying HIV negative instead of investing in them for medicine for them if they were positive. And I think that investment in healthy kids is so important.
Anyone here today would admit that if we change one person's life with the philanthropic work that we do, that it's worth it. And I know for a fact that working with the American Heart Association has helped save women's lives. Women who didn't necessarily know the signs of a heart attack were made aware of it through our very fun campaign, and we're able to get to a hospital soon enough to really save their hearts. And everything in heart disease is about detection and early treatment and getting there. I mean, that's with everything, right? Awareness and getting it treated, and just knowing that I helped some ladies get their, stay alive. I mean, it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling.
Dr. Jane and I met at an event many years ago in New York City, and we became fast friends. And like me, she's just the right amount of bossy and crazy, I would say. Yeah. And we became friends, and then we worked together, and the work and the friendship has kind of grown simultaneously, which is good.
How important has it been for Amy to be involved, and how significant has that been?
We make a joke about this, but in the last few months, since January till September, she's really sponsored 3 fantastic events for us, with the Golden Globes and the Emmys. I mean, it's been, and then a private party at the Lortner Garcia House. So we've been very fortunate, and we've raised a lot of money and awareness as a result.
A lot of fans know you and know so many other actors here from your great work on screen, but they don't realize everything that you do off screen in terms of philanthropic work. Why is it important to you to use, you know, your power, your influence for good?
I
Set
mean,
that
I love
example.
what I do is in terms of my work, but at a certain point, it has to move into a higher purpose, and I suppose being able to translate it into doing this kind of work, and particularly because, you know, my family, I come from a very socially conscious family, and so I feel like I'm fulfilling the spirit of our family by carrying on doing work for women, for equality, for eradicating violence. You know, these are things that I was raised with around the dinner table. They were conversations that my mother and father never steered away from, and it's amazing how that has an effect on you as a child and therefore translate into what you do as an adult. I hope to do the same thing with my kids.
Amazing to be here, and then to be here for such an honor. And I love when positivity is acknowledged, and it's surrounded around, you know, our humanitarian work and the other honorees. It's just like, this is such an honor to just be here, and it just inspires me to continue on, you know, to try to make the world a better place. That's what it's about.